At least 2 students were killed, 9 people injured in a shooting at Brown University in Rhode Island. Authorities are still searching for the suspect hours later, the suspect who opened fire during final exams just this afternoon. Police describing the suspect as a male dressed all in black.
Preliminarily, all we have is a suspect that was a male dressed in black. It is unknown how he entered the building, but we do know that he exited the Hope Street side of that complex. We're utilizing every resource possible to find this suspect.
And yet all these hours later, a lockdown order remains in place for the surrounding community. The school says the shooting happened at an engineering and physics building where multiple exams were taking place. One student tells CNN she was studying in that building, and then she heard 5 or 6 shots.
We are encouraging anyone who was a witness to today's action to please contact the police as the investigation is ongoing and they may have critical information.
I was in the front area and I heard multiple gunshots.
Well, video shows students evacuating once authorities and first responders arrived. President Trump said he's been briefed. There's that video now, as those students have to go through what is, well, such a familiar American experience, and that is responding to an active shooter. President Trump, as I mentioned, said he had been briefed. Federal law enforcement agencies, including the Secret Service, the FBI, and ATF, are now assisting local law enforcement in their response. Some 400 officers, we're told, now involved in the ongoing manhunt. The mayor is asking the public for any help they can offer.
See, this is the thing, what's crazy is how times are changing and evolving here in the United States. And what's sad, in my opinion, is that this is becoming normal behavior. This is what we are used to seeing as Americans. And it's just a telltale sign of just how bad things are here under the surface here in this country. It's a lot of divisiveness. It's a lot of turmoil. It's a lot of racism. It's a lot of evil. It's just a lot of things going on that are overall not good, not conducive to the country. I mean, it's sad. People should be able to go and attend college and not have to worry about randomly being shot or killed just because of one disgruntled person. And what I'm really nervous about is that this, like I've said a minute ago, this is becoming normal. So the people that are actually going out here doing these mass shootings or these mass killings or whatever, I think it's becoming easier and easier for them to ultimately make up their mind to go and commit these crimes because it's so prevalent. They see it so often. It looks normal. And just kids at college, just trying to get an education. And then now it's getting to the point to where now, here down south, it's nothing for me to go into Walmart and see 4 or 5 people actively carrying firearms, unconcealed. That's normal here down south. And the thing is that people don't want that to be a normal part of society, but at the same time, it's okay, do I leave my home unarmed and risk being put in a situation like this and can't defend myself, or do I arm myself, while I'm going out in just a regular, average, everyday thing that normal people do and opt to protect myself in case the normal starting to happen here in the United States. And it's just sad, man. It's sad.
We are encouraging anyone who was a witness to today's action to please contact the police as the investigation is ongoing and they may have critical information.
As we said, and this is crucial, there is still a lockdown in effect, and the shooter is still at large. We're going to go to Providence, Rhode Island now. We're joined by Lynn Sullivan. She's the regional executive editor of the Providence Journal, which has been covering this throughout the evening. Lynn, listen, first, my heart goes out to your community because this is something so many American communities have gone through. And the sad fact is the community is still going through it right now with the shooter still at large.
And to add some additional context to this, as of right now, they say they have someone in custody, the suspected shooter in custody. So that's a good thing. But I want to just raise awareness, and like I have two adult daughters and a teenage son, and I actively all the time tell them about paying attention to their surroundings and just not being naive to what's going on around them. And I know you shouldn't have to live that type of life, but what's going on is just better. You will be better suited knowing and paying attention to what's going on around you. That may end up one day saving your life because you noticed a guy walking to the restaurant looking strange or acting strange, dressed in all black, maybe seeming like he's clutching a weapon or something. That may ultimately save your life one day. And it's sad, but it is what it is. And I want to piggyback on here down south. Like, I'm a concealed carrier. I have an enhanced concealed carrier. So that allows me to carry my firearm on my person in a lot of zones and areas that normal people can't carry them in. And I'm pro gun, or pro choice or whatever, but people need to consider, getting some training, learning how to, self defend and things of that nature. Not saying that that should be what you are doing, but you ultimately would be better suited if you are put in a situation like this and you need to defend said self or your family. Teaching your kids self-awareness, teaching them to pay attention to what's going on around them, because like life is life in here in the United States, and it's not gonna get no better, y'all. We just gonna have to all conform, figure out how to live a normal life the best way we can, while also taking in consideration to all these massive and crazy changes to the society that we all live in, and then we honestly all have collectively, built together.
What do we know? And how far does that lockdown area extend at this point?
Oh, it's one interesting thing about Brown University. I think when people think of a college, they may think of a campus that's sort of surrounded by a gate or something like that. And Brown does have like a quad, but Brown is also very spread out among an area with a lot of residential homes, businesses. Many of the students live off campus. Rhode Island School of Design is right there as well. So this is a large area. It's a lot of people under lockdown, as we just learned.
And that's the thing. These major metropolitan area where there's a large condensed amount of people, that seems to be where shooters actively sought out, because it's much easier to catch a bigger or larger group of people off guard that they can attack or do whatever they are trying to do, and have a higher probability or a higher or greater chance of harming or taking the lives of multiple people. And it's sad, but it's the world we live in. But nonetheless, everyone stay safe out there. Have a blessed day. Please like, subscribe, and I appreciate all the support.